52 sessions, 52 weeks. A whole year of sessions to end off the last session of 2020. How you feeling, Albert? We back again. Fuck Kingdoms. Fuck yeah. Say something. Say something.
Yeah, milestones, episode 15, session 52, end of the year. It's a nice little correlation point. Yeah, it's nice.
We never did get to play that cosplay session.
Yeah, that's in the dumpster. Let's go on. I bought those horns for nothing.
I bought all this shit for nothing as well.
I got these teeth.
Seriously.
I got these little goblin teeth for nothing. Huh?
Oh, well, we'll try again next year, okay? Hey, any of you guys think you haven't got your cosplay ready yet and you think, oh, we're safe now? Not safe, okay?
That's you, Tokul.
We're doing it.
That's you,
We're
Tokul.
doing this,
Tokul,
okay?
you had 5 weeks to prepare a cosplay and you're still not ready.
Was it 5 weeks? I thought it was like 2 months.
2 months?
Pretty sure like we wanted for Halloween, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, those have been 2 months. Shit. I don't know. Well, I was ready. Everyone else was ready.
Let's jump right into the
Recap.
recap. Lots of juicy stuff happening.
Should I do the recap this time?
Take it away.
Okay, so last session, everyone's like, next session we're gonna fight some people in the blood rink. It's gonna be a great.
Yep.
Let's go kill some people. And then I was writing. I was like, I don't want to do combat again. It's gonna be combat for like the 4th time in a row.
Yep.
And it's gonna be a little dread. It's gonna be boring. It wasn't gonna be boring, but
It was going to be in like another session where like narratively not a lot
nothing happens. It's just combat and then it'll end.
Yeah.
We don't have time for that. I wanted to wrap things up kind of nicely so we can get into downtime.
Yeah, and I think actually we did that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm probably not in the way that you probably thought it would end. Kind of.
Yeah,
Because at the start, basically, we're talking about like... Well, Storm brings up like, okay, I just saw this blue dragon and I kind of like I want it out in case it gets hairy, right? Understandable. So like, okay, apparently there's a lead in the Golden Flag, one of the primes there, they own most of the ships that come and go. And so, and then, if you want to keep going, I think, so I, as Snow, was like, yeah, I was actually thinking of destabilizing the primes, the political system
Start a
in
revolution.
I
Coup
was actually thinking about that for like the past couple of weeks. Like, the party's always on the back foot. They never have an advantage in these conversations. And I was like,
We got a city to burn.
We gotta take it back, all right?
We cyberpunk this.
We gotta take this shit
Got a
back.
city to burn.
So I was like, yeah, let's turn the primes against each other. So 1, we get cut loose from most of our obligations to them, and then 2, the primes can just stop being all around dicks because half of them are
That's the main reason. Just petty revenge. That's all it is. It's not about obligations. It's about revenge.
It's obligations. It's about obligations.
about
Revenge is a
obligations.
plus. So
Revenge is the main. Obligations is the side dish.
what do you
We all
think
know
of that? Were you expecting that at all?
It was in my head. It was definitely one of the very many things that can happen at the end. I never really planned it to be so politically, I don't know, inclined, challenging. I don't know. It was more like, oh, just these guys, you do stuff for them, they'll help you out. But now it's like, let's take them off their thrones. Let's overthrow the primes.
I think just because there's so many political players in this, I think it just kind of is natural. It's a natural progression that the campaign would turn into a more intrigue-based ordeal, at least for this part of it anyway. Lady Saria, I don't know where I was going with that, but like Ty, when Snow talks to Ty later on, she says that there's always infighting going on between the primes, so she said we can use that to our advantage. I think specifically,
I think it was Creed doesn't like Tilvir, and Creed also doesn't like Saria. Creed doesn't like a lot of people, to be honest. She's a bit of a selfish, self-centered, everything for her own sake kind of person. So she doesn't have very good ties with most people. Ties. And you guys are a little bit mean to Ty this time, huh? You're trying to put your foot down with Ty.
not being mean, being assertive.
Being assertive with Ty, yeah. And she's like, damn. And I was like, damn. I was like, oh, how would Ty react to this? normally
Yeah.
kind of chillish party is now trying to fucking overthrow the government and
Yeah, I don't know.
throw the city into chaos.
I don't know where the words came from. They just started coming out and they started making sense. I was like, oh, I'm just
Just gonna run with this.
Yeah. Because I think Ty is like, oh, I'm not interested in power. Well, I'm like, but you are. Because she has this whole Robin Hood thing going on with her Thieves Guild. And I think Snow said something on the lines of, you can steal from the rich and give to the poor all you want. But at the end of the day, there's still going to be poor people no matter how long you do it for. But if you take over the city, you can change things on a fundamental level, which, would be a more permanent solution to, eliminating the poverty class.
Very persuasive argument for a very persuasive role. And she's like, huh, you make sense. You're making some sense.
Mm.
And she's like, well, you can do that. I'll see what I can do. Maybe we can frame the heist onto a different prime and try and get them to fight each other or whatnot. And speaking of the heist, she's like, by the way, I'm moving it back 3 months.
Oh, I wonder why.
She moved it back 3 months because the arena fight moved back 3 months.
And that got moved back 3 months because Lady Sari is waiting for something or someone.
Yeah, it was a mix of, 200 people died yesterday.
Yeah.
So another fight right now is probably not going to attract much attention. There's going to be some heat, it needs to cool down kind of thing. Plus, if it's going to be a special fight, there needs to be some special preparation. So expect something extraordinary for the Siege of Dawnhelm.
So it's a reenactment.
It's a reenactment of the Siege of Dawnhelm. Because I think like old Roman Colosseums used to do that as well. They just pick like legendary fights and be like, hey, we're going to do that. And sometimes they just fucking fill the whole thing with water and have ship battles. Man, they were cool. Anyway,
filling the Colosseum with water. Okay, I don't even know how they would do that.
Yeah, I don't really know either, but that's what the internet tells me that how it'd be.
Right on. Then what happens next?
Well, Ty's like, since we're moving back 3 months, I got some things I need to prepare for. I need these things in general. So if we're gonna steal some money, the dragon's gonna be real fucking pissed if we steal a bunch of money from this dragon.
Yep.
And we know what happens when dragons get pissed off.
Hell yeah.
They just fucking murder everybody. So we gotta make sure the dragon is not gonna get pissed and murder everybody, or figure out a way to stop him if he does try to murder everybody. And she's like, maybe he won't get mad and murder everybody because it's pretty dangerous to show yourself in a city like this with a lot of powerful people around. Maybe they can take him on. Maybe that's what you guys want. I don't know. And she's also like, well, I also need a creature or a person who can burrow through solid stone. A lot of solid stone, enough for people to go through. And she's like, well, I can look for it, but if you guys want to do that too, fine, that's fine. You guys can do that. And so you guys are like, okay, I'll write that down in my book. Let's go to the library. Let's go to the bestiary. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. So Storm's gonna like try and see if he can study to become like a bug or something like a
bug
that can burrow into stone. Tunnel into stone. Or we just get an animal or something like that.
Yeah. I was looking at the spells that like to dominate like monsters. It's fucking 8th level spells. So I was like, okay, you guys are not capable of doing that right now. At least you guys aren't. But maybe you can convince somebody to help you.
I think just because there's a lot more powerful monsters than there are powerful humanoids. Like really powerful. Like I think powerful humanoids only come in the shape of like mages and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like the mages are the ones you really have to worry about.
As far as like the monster manuals.
And it's already pretty hard to cast Hold Person on them because they have counterspell. They have pretty high spell saves and everything like that. So and I would assume unless the monster has innate spell casting, which a lot of them don't, it would be easier, I think, statistically to put that under a hold creature spell and succeed.
I mean, Storm's whole goal was like, I'm just gonna figure out what monsters I'm just gonna polymorph into it. We don't even need to like tame a monster. I'm just gonna turn into the monster and we'll do it that way. Which I actually completely forgot about. I was like, oh yeah, you can do that. Whatever, that works.
It's like wild shape, right? But there's certain differences between wild shape and
differences. Like wild shape's not concentration. You can't get cancelled just by being hit. Stuff like that. But I think Wild
I
Shape is
think-
restricted to beasts as well.
I think Wild Shape, you also keep your intelligence.
Yeah, you
Like
keep
your-
all your
Your
mental stats.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. And Tokel's like, anyway, once this is done, we're gonna go look for some books because I want to figure out how liches are born and I want to kill a lich. Or figure out how to kill a lich.
Yes, yes, indeed.
So they go all the way to the college. They meet up with Nostra. Storm's like, hey, I want to get a refund on my money, which I spent on trying to get Igmar into college. I fuck that guy. Fuck Igmar. He doesn't deserve my money anymore. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna get my 200 gold back. So he leaves.
This
Nostra's-
was during while Ryan, Snow, and Maple were talking to
Yeah.
Ty, so they left at the same time.
Nostra's like, all right, you help me out, Tokel. I'll help you out. I'll get you up to the 6th level or whatever you need. Whatever you need for a brother. And so they're like, all right. So they go do that, and then they come back. They go to the library, and Storm has a very interesting.
Has another intimate conversation with an NPC that he knows he's not going to commit with. Again.
Office lady NPC. Got a little thick, a little old.
Yeah, like a
She's got some grey in hair.
kind of middle-aged, thick office lady.
Thick
Just like
spectacles as well. That's what I was
this-
thinking.
like the ones you would see back in school, the old days. And like, what was this deal? It was like, oh yeah, I would bring the party over, have them meet some
Yeah.
real adventurers, and you give me back.
Yeah, because her son is a fan of the adventurers and,
Yeah.
and the what does your group call yourselves now?
Yes, so that's another thing we should talk about. The group we finally settled a name that we don't cringe too hard at, which is the Blood Brothers. Now, initially we were going to call ourselves that, and then the conversation derailed on the bunch of different names, like Lightning Company, the Chosen Marked, God of Hell, Raising Company, I don't know, lots of different variations of that. The elected, blah, blah, the marked, Marky Marks, things.
Yeah, the Marky
And
Marks. That was
then-
one of them.
And then we're like, oh, why don't we just stick with Blood Brothers, which is actually something that was made up on the spot.
That's how the best names come to be. You don't plan for it. It just kind of happens. Later on we'll talk more about this, but
Yeah.
for now, Storm's like, I want my refund. She's like, you can't get a refund. He's like, but what if? And she's like, oh. And then there's some suggestive, they're going to do something else other than meet the adventurers.
Because I think she's like, I'll give you back 300 gold.
For it.
Because he I think
On the sly.
he put down 200 gold for Igmar's tuition.
And he's trying to weasel his way for a little more quiche.
We ain't ever gonna talk to Igmar again. It seems like. How weird, right? Because in the vision, he's definitely with us.
He was one of your best friends in the
Yeah.
vision. Same with the little girl.
But now,
She's gone.
what happened to her?
Well, you guys, that deal with the
Oh,
pirate
right.
captain, and the pirate
Shit.
captain's like, well, we don't have the deal anymore, therefore
Oh,
we
that's
can't take.
also has to do with Igmar as well. So, yeah. Well,
So, the vision's not coming
the
true.
vision
There you
ain't
go.
gonna come true.
There
I
you
mean,
go.
I think I'm happy with that.
Of course you are. You don't,
That,
no
that was
one-
a
no one's
shit
positive.
vision. Half of us died in that.
Yeah, just you wait until Igmar comes in and saves the day. Now he's gonna be all buddy
Sure.
with him on the side is the fucking gnome. I don't know. Maybe, who knows?
So
He rolls naturally a very high persuasion,
Storm does,
charismatic
yeah.
check because
Yes.
he's got plus 13.
Plus 13.
So even if he
boys.
rolls a 1, the minimum is 14. So that's very, very high. And she's like, okay, here's an extra 100 just because
Yeah.
we got something going on. I'll see you later tonight.
My husband's not going to be home.
Yeah,
that
she's
night.
like, he doesn't have to be home tonight. And he's like, oh. And there's some suggestive sexual tension between the two.
So he's-
And then he leaves with his 300 gold. He's like, nope, I'm not going to do that. And they go into the library, and at this point, you all meet up with each other again. And Nostra's like, alright, here's the deal. We're going up there. I'll get you your books, and I'm leaving. I got stuff to do. And then as you guys enter, I'm pretty sure 3 of you are like, hey, wait, what are we doing here? And you just fucking leave.
Yeah, I think Snow, Storm, and Ryan. Well, in real time, it was just Snow and Storm. But then Ryan was like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm gonna come with you guys.
Tag along.
Wow, where do they go? They go to...
The golden flag, right?
Oh, yeah, they go to Golden Flag. I think before then, they go to the post
Oh,
office.
post office first,
Post office.
yes.
So-
We'll do the library first, and then
Do the
once
library.
everyone convenes, we'll do the post office.
Yeah.
So the library, Nostra leads them up the stairs. He grabs a few books that are fighting back. They're just casting spells at each other, whatever. He grabs them. It's a little tussle, and Nostra eventually lays down this pile of books in front of Tokel and lays down this really shitty like discarded tome in front of Maple, and he's like, "Alright, I'm out. Bye." And Tokul has this list of books in front of him, and when I was writing these, I was like, I just need to come up with snappy names for these books. Like, what's an interesting, captivating name? Because originally I was only going to be like, well, all the books are kind of fading from existence right now, so you can only pick one of them.
Yeah.
But then I was like, we got time. We got time. Because at the start I was like, this is going to be a short session.
Yeah.
But you guys talk a lot. So it just kind of filled in the gaps for me. And I was like, okay, here are the books. What was the list of books? Let me find it real quick. Real quick like. Number 1. A Hero King's Guide to Vanquishing a Lich. Now this was I thought he was going to pick this one. Because this sounds like a Tokul book, right?
Yeah.
A Hero King. He is a hero prince. Maybe it was written by someone else. Anyway.
Ooh.
And then the Smiting with You, the Holy Handbook to Lichery, which is just like a paladin's guide to getting rid of demons and stuff. And then we have classics, Destroying a Lich for Dummies. And it's a haha. And then you have a Holy Recipe for Success.
That's another Hero King, Tokul, Prince to be king.
You're just making assumptions. I don't know what you're talking about.
You gave me that look. You gave me that look.
I don't know. No one can see what looks I'm giving because this is an audio-only podcast.
So, yeah. And I think that's what you specifically said, that there was no authors on there. So,
no.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
So, and then there was 2 more books. There's The Liches and Phylacteries, 5th edition.
Yep.
So I was like, Dungeons and Dragons, Liches and Phylacteries. Why not? Just throw that in there as the textbook version. And then I was like, okay, I need a fun one. And the last one is Moch Wojo's Top 5 Ways to Defeat a Lich. You won't believe number 3. The most clickbait fucking YouTube video.
Yep.
And I had it specifically so that you can only read words one at a time. Like, so you need to read everything to read the whole thing. So I was like, how do I implement an unskippable ad into a book? And I was like, this is the way. This is the way. And he was like, okay, let's pick the joke book first. I was like, alright, good thing I wrote stuff for that. And so Lewis Storm is like, okay, do you want me to read it? I'm like, yeah, if you want.
Yeah.
So I sent it to him. He does a lot of ad-libbing. Like, half the stuff he said wasn't on the list. I was like, oh, cool. Neat.
Yeah.
He fucking made up an NPC who was selling the secret to success, who apparently lives in Huria now. Fucking Don.
That wasn't in there?
No.
That wasn't in there at all?
No, that wasn't in there. Don Various.
Did you write any of the ads at all?
I just had a description. I just had 3-paragraph text ad for Magical Viagra. And then another 3-paragraph text ad for easy gold without having to work, like working from home, using one simple trick. Adventurers hate him. And he just fucking went off on that. So some good ass ad-libbing. Oh, I should have rewarded inspiration there. I keep forgetting. You know what, when you all come back, everyone should just have inspiration. Just to start with.
Sure.
Hey, if you don't remember, then it's not my problem, because maybe you guys should be listening to this, you know? Nah.
Yeah. Get in the comments if you listen. If you comment.
If you're listening, you can
get inspiration. You get inspiration.
I'm like fucking blackmailing you into listening.
Yeah, it's called incentive.
Yeah, so there's just various ways, like Smite It, number 5, Trap It, and Anti-Magic Field. They're all kind of shitty. They don't make much sense.
Yeah, like
number
give
3,
vague and like obvious answers.
Yeah. Number 2, pit it against one of its eternal enemies. Number 1, wish all your problems away. A very, very high level solution to a problem.
Hell yeah.
And then he goes through the other books, and the next one he goes through is Smiting on You for paladins. It's just like, it's not helpful at all. Just pray to your gods and smite the demons. It's like, there are unholy beasts, just like scourging our lands. Let's just get rid of them.
It's like one of those books that just waffle on, but like you could.
There's no substance to it.
There's nothing to boil it down to that. Yeah.
Yeah. So eventually he gets to Liches and Phylacteries, and I just had one of the books was gonna be the textbook one. It didn't really matter which one it was gonna be. So it was just like natural Lich stuff, like personality traits, tendencies, how they die, how they're born, how they live on, why they're immortal, how you can find the Phylacteries. There were a few hints there, like, oh, you can use divination magic. So, I don't know, like some kind of high-level divination magic? I don't know, scrying or something? Who knows? There's folklore, because Liches are pretty ancient, eternal creatures, so there's usually some kind of textual, not textual, it's like a passed-down myth or legend about these things. And there's ancient history books, and then there's Seeking out ancient enemies. This was an interesting one, so I was like, huh, that could be fun.
Like their rivals or
Yeah,
something
like a rival fucking like a dragon or something, like something that's
Ooh.
just as long lived. That would be
Yeah.
fun, right?
That would be cool.
I don't know. I'll have to work more on that. Who knows? And then there's a warning there, like killing the phylactery does not kill the lich. So either you're left with a very angry lich or a very cautious lich.
You have to kill both.
You have to kill both.
But you have to kill the phylactery first?
Yes,
Okay.
if you want. I think there's a respawn period, so you can kill the lich and there's like 5 days in which you can destroy the phylactery. But knowing liches, they usually fucking hide that shit or just set it up with traps or.
And it's
Or
like there's like no range, like they could like
Yeah, anywhere.
anyway.
Even different planes, whatnot. So yeah, if they can kill themselves, they can come home. So it's like, oh, the liches are they're pretty big. It's pretty dangerous. So you better be prepared. So I was like, okay, here's dangerous spells. Power word kill.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty
Mm-hmm.
less than 100 health. Insta death. You're dead. That's it. You're dead. Finger of Death, Disintegrate, Cloud Kill, all very dangerous spells. And this was a very important thing to add. Someone needs to know Death Ward. Death Ward? Kill Ward? Death Ward. It's a priest cleric spell.
Is that I'm assuming that's like it's like you know that spell in Dark Souls where if you take a hit that would kill you, it would put you back to 1 HP?
I think this one's more if you will get hit by a spell that just instantly kills you, just get out of here.
Oh,
It
yeah,
is
just
it is
deflects all of
the
it.
antithesis to power word kill. It's like the fuck you, I live spell. I think it's one of the most important anti-lich spells.
But
out
you have
there.
to cast it before they cast the thing, or is it a reaction?
It's got an 8-hour. It's like an 8-hour buff that doesn't
Ooh.
have concentration, so you can just
Okay.
chuck it on every party member, if you have the prerequisite priest, which you guys really don't right now.
No.
And Tokel's not high enough level to cast 4th level spells, so
Mm.
that's not happening. So I don't know if you guys actually want to take on a lich. This is what you have to. There's a lot of prep, and I don't know. It's something way further down the line.
Phew, yeah. We're only just getting started, and we have so much other shit.
Yeah,
that we gotta
there's a
do.
lot on your plates right now. But we're gonna have a break, a little nice 3-month break.
Sure.
It's gonna be nice.
Sure.
So after that, Maple reads a little bit about the siege of Dawnhelm,
Mm-hmm.
which is where the lower planes and the higher planes clashed for the final time in the city of Dawnhelm, and there's gonna be some extravagant battle, and that's what's gonna be recreated.
And they destroyed the city, right?
destroyed the city,
Yeah.
or destroyed most of the city.
Yeah.
And that's where the elected had their final stand as well. So it was like, oh, there's some kind of connection here.
So was
How
there
weird.
was there like somebody said that like there's demon elected or like the bad antithesis elected?
Storm, with his demon mark, was on the road that there's like an evil team of elected. Because he has a demon mark, so there would be demon elected. But you guys haven't run into anything like that yet, so yeah, you guys have no idea if that's a true thing or maybe he's just an exception to the rule.
Right.
So you guys really don't know yet, but maybe that'll come up.
That's weird.
Maybe
Because he voluntarily got that mark, right?
yeah, he did.
Like it didn't just appear on him like these brands did.
He did sacrifice a deer to an evil demon god, so it was more voluntary than not. I'd
Yeah.
say so. I mean, he didn't intend for it to happen, but he kind of
Mm.
caused it to happen. So you know, but maybe that'll come down the line. There's a lot of things that might not happen. Who knows?
Yeah, it kind of the Oathbreaker shit's kind of like falling to the wayside, even though it's
Yeah,
like,
that's the final goal. That's end point. It's so far away.
it's endpoint for this arc. What are we gonna do after that?
Oh, it turns out the Oathbreaker's fallen into 2 pieces.
Sure, yeah, alright.
You guys would hate me if I did that, right? Absolutely. But you know, any kind of magic MacGuffin to move the plot along. Anyway, so you guys go to the post office
Mhm.
and
Check the post.
Check
We
the
were
post.
just there the day before.
Yeah, in the day before that too, I think.
Yeah, I think just because
Every day I want to check the fucking
like
mail.
the last 3 in-game days was like 5
It
sessions
was
or
like
something.
5 or 6 sessions, yeah. Because most of them was combat,
Yeah,
combat, so
yeah.
that's why. But you go there. Storm checks first. No. Ryan, was it Ryan or Storm? I think
it was Storm under Storm and Claude Lightning.
Yeah, right. And he gets a shit ton of fan mail.
Yep, lots of
He's
fan mail.
he's an already established
Yep.
fighter champion kind of guy. So he's got a fan base already. So he's got piled up fan mail for him.
Yeah.
And Ryan's like, well, hold on, I need to send fucking secret emails to my
Yeah.
ex-major.
We made up some cool like law regarding the ring.
Oh man,
the
I really like those ideas.
the identification ring.
So do you want to go down what we
Yeah, I
have?
think the first one is like the ring, obviously written on it, or engraved on it.
Alright,
Whatever.
context: the ring is like a dog tag for you
Yeah,
being Night
yeah.
Watch members.
And so like it has the information of like the actual person itself, and then I think Lewis said like, oh yeah, in order to like stamp messages or like secret correspondence, you have to like roll the ring, like you have to like press the ring onto the
Yeah,
thing that, and it puts like a unique seal or barcode
yeah.
onto the paper. And I was like, what if you like had to kiss the ring, like because it's an extension of the
Yeah,
emperor,
yeah.
and like do that.
God, that's so cool. I don't know. It's the flavor in that, even
Yeah.
though it doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
It's just cool. It builds the world so much. I really like that little moment there. So that's definitely canon now. I don't know. That was great. He's like he doesn't know who to send the
Yeah,
email
because
to.
he's using it. He's not using his own ring anymore. Right?
Yeah, and he's like, I guess I just have to send it to one of the higher ups. General. He's assuming general. The person's a general now.
Yeah, because I think with Ubanians, most of them, especially Night's Watch, have handlers.
Mm.
So
So he doesn't know who the handler was for this mission. So he's like, I guess I gotta fucking shoot in the dark and hope to buy some time or something.
and he's just sending it to his old handler.
It was old leader, old captain now.
Oh, okay.
I think, yeah. He's like, alright, we'll send that off. And finally, he's like, by the way, can I check mail for me as well? And then, oh, no. Because I think when Storm was talking to, the office lady, she mentioned that her son was infatuated with the,
Dragon Rider.
what he called the Dragon Rider, and what everyone else has been calling the Dragon Rider. And, I guess that kind of stuck as his moniker for now. As the Dragon Rider, which is pretty cool, right?
That's pretty badass.
And it's kind of thematic.
It is
you know,
thematic.
With the
I was thinking
Ubanian-
that.
with the Ubanian backstory, I was like, wow, this is
Yeah.
weirdly fucking
Context.
yeah.
I
That
think
juxtaposition is getting kind of spooky.
King Kristoff comes down on like the back of a dragon.
Yeah.
And he's also called the Dragon Rider in some.
The silver dragon,
Yeah.
the white silver dragon. So I don't know, maybe who knows? Maybe
Yeah,
fucking,
that's purely coincidental. That
yeah, or is it?
Dun,
Dun
dun,
dun dun.
is that copyrighted? It's not copyrighted, right?
I don't know. Maybe fucking Ryan is the descendant. He's gonna inherit Kristoff's blood and become the new God Emperor.
Ooh.
That'll be funny.
No, you can't do that now. You can't do that now.
I mean, now that I've said it, you guys aren't gonna think I'm gonna do it. But when it happens, you're like, "Hey, that's crazy. This is like the cyberpunk thing all over again." But anyway, he gets nicknamed the Dragon Rider. He gets some fan mail from I think like 5 or 6 people.
Mm-hmm.
Just people writing to him. Little Timmy's like, "Oh my God, I'm your favorite fan.
Give me some bread. What's some bread?
Little Timmy. He's like, "Oh, sick." And then the rest of you, I think Storm and no, not Storm. Maple and Tokal get back at this point.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, I want to check my mail too."
Yeah, I think they, Ryan, Snow, and Storm spend a lot of time replying to.
The 500
Yeah.
fucking mails. You're doing little origami things and signing. That was cute. And I think you go up next. You're like anything under Yuki or Snow, Snowflake. Nothing, zero, nada.
It's good. I don't really want that name. I don't really want that name to kind of permeate.
The Snowflake.
Yeah, Snowflake.
Snowflake.
I didn't realize it was gonna be an ongoing thing. I was just like, oh, it's just one fight. Snowflake, some dumb name.
Oh, no. I mean, Tokal's stuck with vocals. So.
What a meme! Tokal the Vocal.
Yeah. And Ryan he lost the Norfolk thing. And it's just Dragon Rider now. It's just the Dragon Rider. So he lost his original nickname that he started with.
What was it called?
Norfolk, I think. Norfolk.
Norfolk,
Norfolk.
like the Norfolk Islands or something.
I guess so. I don't know. But it's just straight Dragon Rider now. So props to him. You check, you get no fan mail, you get no mail from
I think I got one where it's like, I really like the way that you froze to death.
Oh, yeah. You didn't get any mail from the prince or anything.
No.
I think it's too early.
Only been a day.
It's only been a day. You think he's waiting at the post office like?
It doesn't hurt to check.
With
I don't know.
his pen?
It seems like the way he is now, the way the prince is now, he seems kind of crazy. So it's just like, or a letter.
Send that reply. Fuck with this guy. Who goes? I think Maple. No, Tokul goes next, and he doesn't get any fan mail either. He checks Tokul and Bogle, and he doesn't get anything. So Maple goes next. He's like, "Do I get anything?"
Wait, he doesn't check.
No.
Tokul doesn't check under the Giant Slayer.
No, because he didn't know Giant Slayer at that point. Because the receptionist is like, "Oh, by the way, is Bogle the Giant Slayer the same person as you? Because that person has mail and blah blah blah." And Maple gets some mail, and they're calling him the Shadow Sword.
Shadow Sword.
The Shadow Sword.
That's a sick
that's an edgy ass name right there.
That's sick though. That's so cool.
The Shadow Sword.
Shadow Sword.
Because that's kind of his thing right now, right?
Yeah.
He's just summoning the Shadow Sword and slapping people with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, he gets that as a moniker, as he got some fan mail. He gets invited to join the Rune Scholars, which is another mage guild in the city.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, and Storm got invited. Well, the whole party. No, sorry, the whole Blood Brothers got invited to a tournament in Flaked. There's a curtain there.
It's like a T. It's like a KT.
Flaked. Yes,
yeah,
we
but
made
that's
some jokes about that. Yes,
that's a city in the ancient gardens. So that's an arc or two away.
It's a year away. So maybe in a year some things will come back to the. Maybe not. I don't know. That's just plans very, 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 very far in the future.
Yeah.
And then Tokul finally gets his mail.
Tokul the Boku.
Under Bokul the Giant Slayer. And people are creaming themselves at him bisecting a giant in half as he grows to the size of a giant.
It's like
that was a cool fight.
There's a lot of discussion about the semantics of
is he a giant?
Because he like
or does he slay giants?
He like got his size increased because of a potion or something. So he's like, is it Tokul the Giant Slayer, as in he is a giant slayer? Wait, a slayer that is giant, or is it like a slayer of giants?
Yes.
Like, come on, we have to talk about this. Slayer of giants, obviously.
I feel like Snow was like low-key salty he didn't get any mail at that point. Yeah, and he gets some mail, he gets some fan mail, and everyone's like, yay, we got nicknames now. Which were completely off the top of my head, to be honest. None of that was planned. So I don't know, if you guys like those, you can stick with them, why not? Snow's gonna have to earn his one maybe in the next fight.
He's still frankly unknown, I think.
Soon he gets hyped up to be one of the best fighters.
I don't know.
There needs to be serious power up between then and now, huh? After that, you guys kind of split off again, right?
Yeah. So, there's a lot of divergence because I think we're getting close to the end of the session.
Because this is around where you guys spend like 40 minutes trying to decide what the fucking name of the party is, just to head back to Blood Brothers.
Yeah, Blood Brothers.
It was a straight 40 minutes. I could see Aiden getting like, oh. he was like, oh, whatever, let them figure it out.
Sounds like old Aiden. Old Aiden when he first was like, hey, what the fuck is this?
Why are we just talking about nothing that matters? I mean, he didn't really have a stake in the name. He was just like, we'll go with whatever. I don't know. You guys do that, and we're pretty much approaching near the end of the session at this point. Because Storm and Snow decide to head to Golden Flag to meet Aldrich Warthorn, one of the 11 primes of Huria, the merchant leader, the big money guy, the guy that got all the money, who does all the exportation.
Mr. Money Sacks.
Mr. Moneybags, with a little doll sign on a little bag. Oh god, I hated that guy in Spyro. He took all my gems, dude. You remember that guy in Spyro? Whatever.
The PS1?
Yeah. Where he just sits like, give me some money so I can open this bridge for you. Fucking asshole. What a prick. And Storm's like, alright, I gotta gussy up for this one. I gotta put on my threads, my purple threads, which I'm glad he remembers he had. The click and it changes color threads. Yeah. He puts on the purple ostentatious threads. Cleans himself up. I
really like this scene. I just like the roleplay vibe that Storm was putting on with this guy. He was like very diplomatic. Pretend looking at the
paintings, which he doesn't give a fuck about.
Pretending to give a shit about these paintings.
Oh, we missed Storm's little interaction with Jeremy.
Oh,
Remember
right,
Jeremy?
yeah. So on the way to before Storm,
Yeah, this is the start of the session.
Storm and Tokal run into Nostra. They run into the Bloodrink announcer,
The Bloodrink narrator.
and his voice is fucked from just constantly shouting all the time. He's like, "Oh, hey, it's me."
He just
It's
whispers.
Jeremy. I was like, "Oh, why am I whispering?" Oh, it's just my voice. Feel bad for him.
And Storm was surprisingly nice here, and they have like a nice little conversation.
I think-
They're kind of close-ish now.
I think there was a flash of empathy when he saw that Jeremy works very hard and gets fucked for it. So
Yeah. Jeremy's whole purpose was like, by the way, the fight got pushed back 3 months for a special reason.
and then they fucking shoot the shit for like 10 minutes.
Oh man, it's nice because I imagine Jeremy or the narrator when he's in his persona to be this over the top. He's got a top hat, he's got the
Yeah.
suit on, he's got the mic, he's loud, he's boisterous. But in normal life, he's just this average guy who has kind of like a quiet voice. He's mostly broken all the time. So
Yeah.
he's just very dull looking man. It's a nice little contrast between the two personalities. He's a neat character. I don't think he's gonna be anything. Maybe, who knows?
Oh yeah, you say that, but
He's gonna be the
It
BBEG.
is-
He's the secret.
I mean, it is often the trend that players latch on to these pointless characters or these 2-minute characters that you make.
And they become the most
And,
important
yeah,
characters.
and
of
then
the
you
arc.
gotta like, oh, okay, gotta
yeah,
make this guy. I
Jeremy-
gotta write it out.
let's
Write his
see.
backstory.
Jeremy was an orphan. His parents died to one of the primes. He's secretly plotting revenge against Lady Saria, which is why he's so close to her. Something like that. Oh shit, I forgot too. Rewind again. Ty tells the party all the positions of the primes, or not exactly the
Yeah.
names.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And
So
fucking Lewis guesses guesses two of them instantly. Like, oh damn it, god damn it.
yeah. So part of Snow's like, okay, well, in order to, we don't have any solid plans yet.
Yeah,
but
that was her bargain with you, that she gives you information to
yeah.
work together or something.
So yeah, we needed her help. Obviously, we we need any foothold we can get. So first we needed like just who the primes are, and then
Yeah.
the second stage would be okay. What are like trying to find out what they want, what their motivations are. What are the relationships, whatever.
So just straight up who they are.
Yeah, and then just kind of trying to use that against them. So, and then, anyway, fast forward to Storm and Snow head to the Golden Flag.
Yeah, because that's what. Well, they already knew that Aldrich Hawthorne was a prime.
Yeah, so
It was just interesting that I was thinking about this. You guys had already met 9 out of the 11 primes at that point before you asked her the question.
but we didn't know that.
But you didn't know that half of them were primes.
Yeah, it's funny. I didn't. Some of them I like wouldn't expect any of them to be primes.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to. It's hard
To see these people as in positions of power.
yeah, to visualize them as having a lot of influence over the city. Because some of them, like Short and Stout, they're like working class dudes, right? They make shit,
They make really good shit.
very good shit.
Very good shit.
But like they
Top
don't
tier
have
shit.
like whole companies working under them.
No,
It seems
no,
like
no.
they're just a joint effort, and they're like just because they have such a high bar of quality over all their competition. I'm assuming
Yeah.
that gives them a position of influence
Yeah,
because they can change the
in
market.
my head, they're pretty much the only providers of higher tier equipment in the city, and that's pretty much where most of the other primes would go to for their sort of needs.
Mm.
So they just kind of earn their position of power just by being there in
Yeah.
person.
Same with Body Knock, who is apparently the only
Yeah,
person who can manufacture
they're just
these
unique
airships.
things that the city needs.
Yeah,
So they
And,
just
yeah.
straight up become people of power, pretty much. I think everyone else kind of wormed their way into the power, or they inherited it. Like Lady Saria, obviously, she owns this fucking blood rink, which is a giant coliseum.
yeah. A lot of them are your typical.
Yeah,
They
Casino
have a
owner.
lot of stuff,
Yeah.
so therefore they
they
have a
just
lot of
they're
power,
naturally
yeah.
naturally powerful. Like Creed's just a
She has-
facet of the
She has a whole operation
Crimson
going.
connection.
A lot of the entertainment district casino owners have a lot of influence.
So yeah, so not exactly, I guess, objectively
Powerful.
Powerful,
Yeah. Like
but,
you're strong,
like, yeah.
strong, yeah.
They don't have like a lot of assets or anything. They're just worth a lot of assets.
Some of them are pretty fucking strong.
Yeah, like a fucking dragon.
Yep.
Yeah, like a fucking dragon. I don't know what you guys are gonna do with that. That's
Yeah, I
crazy
think
shit.
that is like one of the only exceptions where he has a lot of gold, right? But like he's never going to spend that. He's never
Yeah.
going to spend it. He gets
holds
prime
that
status
shit.
just because he's a dragon, right?
Yeah.
He do a lot of
I mean,
damage.
he can just chill there for the rest of his life.
It's kind of like mutually assured mass destruction. Like okay,
like-
we
like
just
a
we just
nuke.
leave him alone
Yeah.
so he doesn't fuck with anything else.
He gets to have the honorary 11th prime number or whatever. Anyways, so that's pretty much why you guys know who every prime is now.
I thought there were 13 primes for some reason.
I guess 13 is also a prime number. Or maybe there are 13 primes.
Like, I don't know
There's
if
two
I-
hidden primes.
I don't know if I'm misremembering that. Like
No, it's always been 11 in my notes.
okay.
It's always been 11 because when I wrote them, I started out by before I even wrote the city, I had just 11 primes just straight up. I was like, these are cool people who will.
And they've always been those people. You never changed them at all. Okay. Cool.
So you guys go into the Golden Flag, just you two. And Storm's gussing himself up. He's building up this noble persona of of this super wealthy sponsor of the Blood Brothers, who are a small budding company in need of.
Well, that all of that actually came up like on the fly because the clerk is like, Master, what should I call you? And he's like, oh shit.
Just call me Master.
Just call me Master.
Yeah, I was definitely doing that on purpose, like just to tease out these extra info he'd have to come up with, and he did build his character around it, which is really great. But now he has to remember that story too. Now and he doesn't want to fuck that up, does he?
Yeah, so now he's the proprietor of the Blood Brothers.
He's the sponsor of the Blood Brothers, the owner of the Blood Brothers, or whatever. And they do some weird business talk where, that was a good investment when the manager comes down and they discuss about paintings and shit.
Yep.
And then we just make up a bunch of dumb names and fucking Maple, man. He's writing these names down. I'm like, fuck! That's gonna come back. I have to write some fucking art history
Hey,
now.
dude, you gotta write some notes as the DM too. And
Damien
the shit,
Spencer, the fucking artist.
the worst shit as like my experience as DM. If I make stuff up, I'm like, I don't have to remember. I'm gonna have to type that down. But if you
Flesh
in
it
the
out.
act of typing it or writing it down, you lose because the players immediately know it's improv, right?
Fucking Damien Spencer. He made up so many NPCs that have to exist now. The clickbait guy. Now fucking Much Wojo has to exist out there as some guy.
And then
Come
I think me and Lewis also made 2 more NPCs that were in the bar. Later on.
Dumpin.
Dumpin' Cuppy.
Cuppy. Two stupid ass names. Yeah, anyway. Storm and this manager guy of the Golden Flag get along because the owner of the Golden Flag, Aldrich Warthorn, is not around.
He's on.
Yes, his base of operations isn't in the city. It's in the city of Altijara, which you guys don't actually know this yet. You just know the name of the city. It's the port city that
Right.
connects to every other continent.
Right.
So that's where he does most of his business. So that's where he stays most of the
And
time.
it's not one of the total cities, right?
No. It's just a port city, just on the port.
Okay.
Yeah.
And would you say that's the capital of the region?
Ooh.
Or is there like no capital
It'll be-
because there's too many factions?
It's hard to say.
There's no
but I'd
unification.
put it down as the biggest.
Yeah, it would be like the richest city,
the
right?
richest city, because the most diverse, culturally diverse.
That'll
city
be
as well.
that'll be one of the cooler cities to go to.
You meet some Caesarians.
You'll see a bit of everyone there, right?
Yeah.
You'll see a bit of everyone, so that'll be really cool.
Ooh, maybe you see some snow elves or something. That'd be neat.
Yeah.
Some fresh off the
And
boat snow elves.
There's 2 other continents that
I think there's one other continent. I
pretty
forgot
sure
what it was called.
I think it was 2 because there's Kesari to the right.
Yeah.
If I can
No.
remember.
It's Caesari, snow elves, and then there's one above, and that's it. That's it.
Isn't there like another one
No,
though?
I'm pretty sure there's only 4 in total, including the Crescent Isles and Axia. Yeah, we'll get back to it. We'll check the notes, whatever. So that'll be neat. Fucking 1 year from now when you get there.
I don't know if it's gonna be a year, but
It'll be a while. It'll be a
start
fucking
writing shit down.
while. I got time. I got a whole year to write this stuff down. It'll be fine.
I gotta ask you later about because with the downtime that we have now, because we're taking a break from D&D, just because there's too many other commitments that everyone has on.
It's Christmas, baby.
And it's Christmas. Like, how are you going to be spending your real life downtime? Like, are you going to be developing all that stuff? But we'll talk about that later after the recap.
Oh, that's a good point. Okay. And so I have this conversation, and Storm's whole intention here is to buy a ship or get access to a ship in the case you guys need an escape plan.
No, we've always tried to be doing that, but it always just gets swatted out of the way by because we don't have any bargaining chips or anything.
Stealing a ship is never an option, completely because Storm is very he's stubborn and making sure that vision doesn't come true where you guys steal a ship. So yeah, he's trying to get one legitimately, and he finds out that the base average price is around 10,000 gold just to use it once.
Isn't that much?
Just to use it once.
Oh, to use it once.
Yeah, to use it once.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
And he still needs to negotiate with the Prime himself anyway, so he'll come back to him at some point.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Snow doesn't add any to the conversation. He just acts as an icy side eye to all the golden flag stuff.
Yeah, the receptionist's like, "Have we met before?" And you're just like, he's like, "Oh, hi." Yeah, it was a neat little conversation. A lot of bullshit was made up and talked about in paintings, and you guys finished that. What happens? Yeah, you guys just leave after that, right?
Yeah, I think we just leave.
Yeah, the manager's like, "Well, I got stuff to do. Take your time if you want."
We also have stuff to do.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Snow was like, "We have an appointment or something." And Storm plays the role of the angry master type.
Yeah.
You buffoon!
You should have told me. You were going to be late for this next appointment.
After that, you guys go straight to the teapot. Well, the other three went to the teapot.
Yeah, and we meet them later.
And this is where all your money goes away down the drain when you trade in those dragon mats for armor like a Monster Hunter.
I didn't realize all that, like the teeth and the scales and all that shit was going to be like.
I think
you could use all that stuff.
Oh, you can definitely.
I think like you just take that because it's just valuable just to sell.
Yeah. Dragon scale mail, which I actually thought you guys would be interested in, but it turns out none of you wear medium armor.
No, yeah, I think Snow only has light armor proficiency. Storm also has light armor proficiency.
The only one is Ryan, but he doesn't want the stealth disadvantage.
Yeah, that's
but it's good fucking armor. You get resistance to cold damage depending on the dragon type damage.
Yeah.
And I think it's naturally +1 or something.
I would have taken it if
you had proficiency.
If I had, no, because the disadvantage is. It would have cancelled out with my other thing.
It would have cancelled out. Yes.
But it's so good having the advantage with +13 still.
Oh, you have +13 as well. Shit. You have a minimum of 14 on every stealth roll. Huh?
+13 club, baby. Get on our level.
Disgusting. And you guys are trying to haggle. They're not having any of it. Well, Short's like, well, I can't really do anything until I get my partner back. Which I've been waiting for a week for, which you guys still haven't done yet. So Ryan's like, fuck it, let's go find the partner right fucking now.
They find it in like 10 minutes.
It takes them like 5 seconds to get to the guy who was just drunk off his ass. It's Ryan and Tokul who go there. Tokul the Bokul. And this is a thick boy. This is a thick dragonborn. It's rare you see like a fat dragonborn who's got chubby. This one's a little thick.
He's brass. He's a brass dragonborn.
Yeah, brass. Yeah. He's drunk off his head. Ryan's trying to negotiate, and then Tokul shows up, and Tokul's like, "By the way, I'm the Golden Prince."
I'm the prince.
And then, you and Lewis played two
like brown dragonborn.
I don't think that's a thing, but sure. Two shit-colored dragonborn, Cuppy and Dump.
Who are, like, I think the narrative that we made up was like all three, like we can assume all three of them, including Stout, have come from the Iruvel.
Yeah.
And they're like, they're exiles or whatever.
Yeah. So they don't give a fuck about tradition or anything.
Yeah, but they know shit, right?
Yeah.
They know shit. And Tokul was like, "Oh yeah, I'm the prince," and we're like, "Yeah, not even gold." We're just laughing.
You're the prince. I'm the prince. And they just fucking shit on him that whole time. He's like, "Oh." Even and fucking Stout was like, "Yo, that you can't say that. That's literal treason. You can't say that. It's fucked up. You can't just impersonate royalty."
Everybody knows the prince died in Denethor.
Yeah. He's like, "Huh? What a crazy thing," and Stout still doesn't believe him. And I think Stout was like, well, if you guys can get me some actual interesting work, I'll come back.
Mm-hmm.
And Ryan's like, okay. Toko's like, okay. He's like, okay. Okay.
We got some stuff. Because
Yeah.
I think Toko presents his armor Envy and he's like, ooh, hey, this is some good shit.
There's some good shit. Look at the shards in this. You piss off the god, that's some crazy shit. I'll work with that.
Yeah.
I'll work with that. What a weird. I had no plans for that to happen that session at all. Actually,
I think
so.
it felt like because it was the last session and you
We're just
didn't-
trying to get everything
yeah,
out
you
of the way.
didn't
Like,
want
move,
that.
move,
You didn't
move.
want that to like be like a huge thing. I think had we have done that earlier, it would have been like a bigger thing.
Yeah, there would have been some kind of actual conflict.
Yeah.
Where you need to convince.
But
this
no,
man.
he's just been at the bar for an
Yeah.
entire week.
he's
just
been
fucking
drunk for a
off.
week, so he's more liable to go back.
Yeah, and I
He's
think
easier to persuade.
and I think Toko to win over Cuppy and Dump. They were like, he was like, "Oh, here's some gold. Buy some drinks." Hey! Oh, hail the prince! Hey, you'll let me back into the kingdom, right? Once you take back the throne. And then Ryan's like, "We're never coming back here again."
And yeah, Stout sobers up straight away, but he's pretty dead serious. Like he said it in a joking fashion, like impersonate Prince, hahaha.
Yeah.
But after that, he's like, impersonate Prince. It's kind of fucked up, dude. You don't do that shit. Even exiles don't do that shit. That's fucked up. Because I think for him, there's still this really big sense of respect, or just towards tradition.
Mm.
And so he even took offense to that. So I'm a big fan of Tokul right now.
Tokul the Vocal.
Tokul the pretender, the fake prince of the Ivory Vale.
Tokul the Pretender. Bro, you gotta change that around. Bokul the Giant Slayer. You're the Bokul the Giant Slayer.
Too many monikers now.
That's good.
It's a fun,
That's
it's a
good.
fun flavor thing. Yeah. It'll be fun later on where you guys just have going around. People are like, is that Tokul the Giant Slayer?
It's like,
That's
oh,
fun.
you know me, right? No. Tokul the Giant Slayer? Tokul the Pretender? Tokul the Gold? Tokul the Cover?
The X Gold, the Exile Prince. Any of those? No.
Any of those?
No, that'll be fun later on. We have like 7 different nicknames. So they take him back, and then you guys are like, alright, here's the list of things we want, and here's how much they'll cost. And there's no bargaining here. He gives them the glaive, which gives them a hefty discount, 500 gold in one of the pieces. Ryan decides to get an upgraded crossbow.
Which is probably going to be like a
1,500.
+1 or something like that.
Oh, he's already got +1 crossbow.
He's getting a second +1? Or is he upgrading the same +1 to a +2?
I don't know. You guys, it's just a better crossbow. You guys don't
Sure.
know. Mechanically, that's metagaming. Tokul, he's getting his armor repaired for 3,000.
3,000. So
3,000.
Snow's sugar daddying again.
And now everyone's big poor. You got to figure out how to get some money. And that I said it out of character, out of game. I was like, it's gonna be better than what he's wearing right now. I just straight up said that.
22 AC.
I don't know. Who knows? And there was just some random flavor stuff. Like you wanted to make a mask out of one of the scales.
Yeah, I wanted to make like
Like an Oni?
like a white Oni mask.
Is it a full mask or is it just the
Like
lower half?
like a full mask.
Ooh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like you know Prince Zuko, how he has the alter ego with the blue mask.
I don't remember. It's been so long since I watched Avatar.
Oh, okay. But you know the Oni mask.
Yeah, I know
the
what you're talking about,
Kabuki
yeah, I know.
mask. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Storm wanted to engrave a scale into his
He wanted to
Loot?
get some bone inlay into his loot.
and see if that has any effect. Even the blacksmith was like, "Yo, it's only gonna be fucking cosmetic, by the way." He was like, "Fucking do it." I'm like, "Alright, whatever. 200 gold. Here you go." And now you guys are piss poor.
0 gold on Tokul Snow and Ryan, I think.
Yeah, and I think Storm as well. I think Maple might be the richest right now.
Yeah,
He
we
came
were
from
like
the
we were
poorest to the
asking
richest.
when Tokul was asking for
Loan.
money. He was wait, what do you have? He's like, I have like 100 gold. Turns out he has 600 gold.
Liar!
I think he got so used to like people not asking for money because he's just naturally the poorest person.
Now he's the richest person. So you guys do all that, you give away your stuff, and they're like, okay, the armor takes 3 months, crossbow takes, 2 months, the rest will take between 2 weeks to a month. So it'll be a while, go do your own shit, come back, we'll give you stuff. And we just do a little tiny bit where Maple goes to the Rune Scholars and just kind of introduces himself. And these Rune Scholars, they're very uppity. Mage is above all. Mage is the best. Everyone else is fucking idiot. They're all dullards, barbarians who don't know how to spell and shit. So they're kind of not exactly what, like classist, racist, elitist is the word. Yeah, very elitist people. And maybe Maple can get some kind of training there or some kind of work. Who knows? Whatever he wants to do, he can do.
And that's it, right?
No.
There's one more.
There's one last scene where you all visit the office lady.
Oh,
at her
right.
home.
There is the office lady. We have to recoup the obligation.
Yes, he fulfills his promises by bringing. The whole party comes along for this one.
Yep.
To the office lady's little home in the residential district. She opens the door. This kid comes out, and this little kid's screaming, and oh my God, it's the Blood Brother, Dragon Rider! And he names all of them except Snow. He's like, ah! he's fangirling, and then Snow brings out the wood, and he starts carving for this kid.
Times a white dragon.
White dragon.
Of high quality.
And everyone fucking signs it. You know that shit's gonna sell for a lot at some point. I don't know.
Hey, money-making strategy. How to get rich. Become mercenaries of high renown and sell merchandise.
Just drown the market in this. The kid's excited. He goes in and plays with it. And then there's a little like wink between the office lady and Storm. She's like, my husband won't be home tonight.
What was her ethnic name that you came up with?
Paulina. And the son's name is Paul.
Sure. Lots of really average names in Urio.
Well, her parents are from
Ubania. She's Ubania.
I don't know why Jeremy's named Jeremy, but he was always gonna be named Jeremy. Just because I wanted like a super average name for this ostentatious, boisterous guy. And she's like, hey, husband's not home. Wink. You wanna wink? And then Storm tries to distract her. And then Maple casts Seeming on the whole party for the first time.
Yeah.
Like a 2,000 gold for this spell to turn everybody to look like Storm, which two of you are just like, no, we don't want that, so we're just gonna take it off. And the Storm switches places with Tokul, and everyone just starts fucking sprinting in different directions, and there's a little strength contest between office lady and Tokul. And then he was praying to God.
Like, oh no, please. Yeah, he has such an aversion to old ladies coming onto him. I think
you're right.
The only arc way back when there was an old lady who tried to give him a kiss. He's like, no, get it
away, old lady. There was some kind of mental PTSD there. I think that was the hypest roll of the whole session.
Yeah, we're like, we cursed Tokul's dice. Roll lower than the lady.
And so I do a public dice roll there. Make sure it's fair, and Tokul...
Oh, dude, his reaction was so funny.
fairly gets out.
he was like crying. He was like,
oh, please! And you all escape, and you all get away. People are fucking casting haste just to get away from this office lady. She's the real villain. And Ryan stays, actually, to comfort the office lady.
Always the therapist.
Always the therapist. And I was joking with Ryan on the side while you guys were chatting. I was like, yeah, Ryan, by the way, you see the little kid see his mom in this state of crying, and he destroys the dragon statue, and he vows revenge against the party. It was a joke. Fucking 10 years later, the kid comes back as this. Nah, it wouldn't be. And that's where the session ends.
Yeah, that's it.
And we have actually not very lengthy, a brief discussion about downtime. Yeah. And what I say is that it's around 3 months length. Well, it's going to be 3 months in length. You can choose if you find a training partner or a teacher of some sort to get half proficiency in any skill, as long as you find the prerequisite teacher. If I recall correctly, Storm is not going to do that, right? He's just going to study the thing?
He's getting a half proficiency in religion.
Religion, right. He's going to get half proficiency from Radalak while trying to study the Umber Hulk to turn into that and do some tunneling business. Ryan is trying to get half proficiency in deception. And he's going to be working with Ty. Snow is doing it's wood carpentry tools.
Yeah, he's trying to get proficiency in carpentry, which I've been trying to get since like session 20.
Just to up that woodworking
I
skill.
did get full Elvish, but I already had Elvish, so I don't know. I don't know. This is common Elvish proficiency.
Versus ancient Crescent Isle Elvish or whatever.
So getting carpentry and then also doing some carousing
Carousing, trying to get some information
on the prize.
So I was going to turn to Jesus. Maple is going to. I don't think he's taking the half proficiency. I think he's just trying to find work and learn more spells.
I think Maple and Tokul are just making money.
Tokul's going to do some odd jobs for Nostra. I think.
I like the rapport he has with Nostra. He's like, at first he was kind of like indentured servitude. Now he's just
they're best buddies.
They're kind of cool.
Yeah,
cool with each other.
It was, I don't know. I think it's just plainly because he's one of the only nice guys in the city full of assholes, pretty much.
Yeah.
And that's where we ended, right? Nothing else.
Yeah. So speaking of downtime, there's going to be some real downtime.
Downtime
for about 3 weeks. So we won't resume until first week of Jan, I think, or not even like second week of Jan. So, like, are you going to be working on the campaign?
Probably not.
No?
I don't know, maybe in the last week. But knowing me, it'd probably be in the last few days.
Sure.
I don't think I'm going to be writing every day or anything like that. I don't have the willpower and motivation to do that right now, but...
It was like, if you have ideas, you just try and develop them.
They'll just come naturally as I'll just write it down and come back to it later. Like, I have a whole list of just random shit that might happen, and most of it has never come to fruition. Like, one of them was the Crimson Connection. That was one of the very first ones. Yeah, I don't think so. What about you?
Well, I still have my one shot to write, and I think Lewis wants January to be like one shot month. So we might not resume the campaign.
It'll be 7 weeks.
Yeah, we might not, but who knows? It's like, who knows?
Yeah, we get a big break from Axia.
Yeah, not that anyone really wants to take a break, but it's how it is.
Yeah, it's time for some new content. New content.
So yeah, you finally get the downtime that you wanted. Finally.
Yeah, it was kind of forced, but yeah. I really want to do it just plainly because there's real life downtime as well. It just fits so well.
Yeah, well, you have it now.
Yeah.
It was kind of forced because there were some things that needed to be in place, but I think the whole primes thing, like trying to take down the primes, it's like, it makes sense that will take a while for that to come together, and you need like a lot of planning and shit. So I better have some good shit when we come back. Some good shit, some good info.
Hey, why is that? That's on me, huh?
That is on you. Who else would it be on?
I don't know. Maybe you can write some.
No, I'm not writing your shit for you.
Damn it. All right, that's fine. Other plays. Get in the comments. What are you going to be doing in your real life downtime? Like, subscribe.
Follow.
Discuss. Please.
That's really it, right?
Yeah, this was a shorter one, right?
That downtime discussion went shorter than I thought it would. Well, get in the comments.
Please, we're so lonely. Every week we come here, we're just lonely. Please.
All right, I think that's about it.
Session 52.
We'll see you guys in 2021.
Whoa, let's hope the world is better. It probably won't be, but...
All right, bye-bye.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah.
Bye-bye.